Do pull-ups improve running performance? This is a question I'll be delving into this video, and I'd love to hear your insight on this idea. The point of this video is to shed some light on a long-term sustainable approach to running while keeping your entire body functional as you age. Now, before we get to pull-ups specifically, I would like to start this discussion with the idea of our physical foundation that allows us to not just run, but move in many ways. Aside from running and walking, some of our primary forms of movement are things like climbing, carrying, lifting, building, crawling, and throwing, for example. We can also dance, fight, and perform gymnastics, requiring balance, dexterity, spatial awareness, the list goes on. But why is this relevant to running? Well, in order to preserve our running abilities, to maintain muscle strength, joint stability, elasticity, etc., we can't just rely on running to keep us healthy. Modern day society has us in many unfavourable positions. We sit for too long, we look down too frequently, we sleep in odd positions, we have computers, cars, chairs that put us in static positions. We also have a variety of either physical or sedentary jobs that put us in repetitive motions which can put our body out of alignment and cause repetitive strain injuries. So how do we combat these day-to-day positions we find ourselves in and improve our chances of long-term running health? Well, our bodies adapt to the stress we place them on, provided we also have adequate rest to recover from the stress and make these adaptations. For example, when we squat under load, our vertebrae, along with the musculature in our spine, hips and lower body, increases in strength. Pull-ups improve our grip, shoulder, back and core strength. They can also help to alleviate back tension by decompressing the spine with a bit of added hang time. These benefits can improve upper body posture and shoulder position, which can translate to improved running economy, along with other movements such as lifting an object off the ground to improve spinal strength, being able to balance on one leg to improve running economy, being able to push our body weight up, being mobile enough to rotate our torso and look over our shoulder, or maintaining range of motion in our joints so we are familiar with simple things like walking up and down steps, doing chores around the house, or getting in and out of our car, for example. These simple movements go a long way in maintaining our body's default capacity to move, which will keep us happier and healthier in our bodies for the long term. Now, just quickly, if you would like to support this channel while giving yourself the gift of health, you can check out the link in the comments section and it would be greatly appreciated. Now, back to the video. So, if we want to enjoy running for as long as possible, we need to preserve our entire body's ability to perform at the very least the most basic of tasks so we can keep our body in better alignment, maintain our balance and overall mobility, meaning less chance of injuring ourselves while running, and just having less aches and pains in general. Because with lack of preparation means more chance of hurting ourselves doing simple day-to-day tasks. When we injure ourselves, we then compensate around that injury and move in unfavourable ways. This can affect our gait cycle, which is not ideal because it not only reduces our running performance, but it can then create a new injury because our body is out of line. So, back to the original question, do pull-ups improve our running? Well, not directly. I mean, it's not like you're going to see Eliud Kipchoge just busting out reps of calisthenics at his local park. However, if all we do is run and don't take care of the rest of our body, we will break down faster. So from a longevity standpoint, I would say yes, they do. But why do I believe in strength training so wholeheartedly? Well, aside from the overwhelming evidence that supports strength training, and from my personal experience of training clients in a one-on-one setting, I've also tested this theory on myself on a number of occasions during different training blocks where I decided to only run as my main form of exercise without any added strength training. Now, as a man in his early 30s, this just simply was not enough. After a few weeks of just running, I would always begin developing symptoms in my body. It's usually in my shoulders and my spine where I'd feel discomfort and pain for no real apparent reason. So my conclusion here was that my body was beginning to atrophy in certain areas due to lack of training stimulus, and I just felt weak and incapable. And after testing this multiple times with the same conclusion, this made it very apparent to me the importance of maintaining at least some form of strength training just to keep the body happy. Because as we age, obviously our natural mobility and strength decreases. However, we can dramatically reduce this decline by strength training, and it doesn't take much to maintain a great level of strength, keeping our joints strong and mobile, and keeping up simple abilities like being able to squat down to pick things up, being able to pull our body weight up, keeping our balance to put our clothes on, just simple day-to-day tasks. It's about maintaining a level of full body functionality, so problems are less likely to pop up in the future. Problems seem to pop up out of nowhere and we don't know why, but most of the time it is a lack of overall body conditioning. So to conclude this video, running is amazing for our health, but if we neglect the other aspects of our physical form, we actually won't be able to enjoy running as much because our body will atrophy faster, causing us common discomforts like shoulder or neck pain, lower back pain, hips, knees, you name it. If our only form of movement is running, we're missing out on the big picture here. And also, strength training just keeps the training fun and interesting.